Welcome to another episode of FYI with Rowena. We have a great show for you today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. They are famously known as the Magic and Piano Guys. They've appeared live all over the world from Singapore to Britain. You may have seen them on several TV shows like Wizard Wars, America's Got Talent, Shark Tank, Masters of Illusion, and previously guests on my show. I'd like to welcome back two of my dearest friends, Jarrett and Raja, and they're here to talk about their new show. How exciting is that, you guys? Welcome back to my show.
How are you? It's great to be here, Rowena.
I know. So, oh my gosh. First of all, I mean, I love you guys.
We love you.
You guys are amazing, not just entertainers, but also as people. You're one of the best people I've ever known.
You're awesome. Thank you. Thanks.
And so,
And likewise.
Thank you.
I paid her well.
I know, right?
I saw. I wrote a check. That's what we're doing. I was writing a check.
I know.
I know you wrote me a big check to say
check,
that.
I know.
Yeah. So let's talk about how. I know we talked about this before, but how did you guys meet? The piano and magic.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Wow.
Oddly enough,
Actually, it was in New York City.
it was.
So it was the other part of the country.
Yes.
So magician,
Because
pianist.
you're from the East Coast originally,
from the East Coast
right?
originally, and I was doing magic, all my life, and all of a sudden I met this guy.
And I was at school.
He was at Juilliard,
Right.
and
He's the
Yep.
only trained Juilliard pianist here in Las Vegas.
It
which
appears
is
so. Yes.
Amazing.
I guess so. Which is
Yes.
odd, but oh well.
Right.
The benefits of being in a
That's-
small town.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
But when I was in New York, I was doing a show at the Friars Club, and I needed a pianist because they had a piano there, and they said that's the only way that you can do a show here if you want music. So I knew him.
Because they didn't have a sound system.
No,
That's right.
they didn't. So so it was old school. So you're old school. So I figured, this would be great for Roger to accompany me.
So he came to me and said, do you want to play some music with my magic? And I was like, what am I going to play with a magician? I mean, I played with singers and cellists and, violinists, and that I'm used to doing. But magician, what am I going to do?
And it was all he knew was Brahms.
And I was
so
going through,
boring.
I was going through, oh
my
stop
God.
it. It was not boring. You
You
loved
see,
it.
that's like
was
a
boring.
classical music
Yeah.
and all that
I
stuff.
brought some
yeah.
culture to his world,
How do you
right?
do magic to Brahms?
But then
I mean,
it works so perfectly.
It's very passionate. You do passionate magic to Brahms. 'cause it's-
I mean, he's so amazing when he plays. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's okay. But the thing is that once he got over his whole Juilliard thing and
Like
stuff,
snooty.
and I ended up bringing him to the real world of entertainment, magic.
oh,
Did he
God.
loosen up a bit?
He did.
Yes.
He did listen up a bit, really?
He did. Even though he says that Beethoven would roll in his grave if he did this or whatever. I had to go
he
through
would.
all of this.
And that's how you guys think. Trained as a classical pianist,
Yeah.
you don't want to do like rock or anything like
No,
that.
I was actually, to be honest, I was actually a little embarrassed. I didn't tell my friends I'm working with a magician. I didn't tell my parents. 'Cause, my parents sent me to Juilliard,
Right.
and they don't want to know at the end okay, so after all these years of school, he's working with a magician.
Nice.
Okay, I thought he was going to work with Sir George Solti, the Chicago Symphony or something.
Right.
You were embarrassed?
But
A little bit.
know that.
It's okay. I mean,
Seriously?
I'm not anymore. I'm good now. I've come to terms
he's
with
very
yeah,
proud
now,
now.
with my
He's-
magicness.
He's very happy. So what have you guys been doing the past year?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I know there's a lot of things going on with you.
Well, we've been concentrating a lot on television. That's been
You
our
were
big
just in
thing.
LA.
We were
Yeah.
just in LA. We Shark Tank, aired in April
of last year,
Of
and again
last
in
year.
October.
And again
they
in
re-aired
October.
it
Yeah.
without telling us.
And
Those people, those.
That's awesome.
And then
That
yeah.
means they really love you.
Well,
Yes.
it was awesome, and then of course Masters of Illusion, which we've been on. This is our 4th season. They asked us to come back for more episodes this summer, which is great. We just shot all of those, and they also asked us to be a part of and do their Christmas special. So that's a whole nother special that they're doing on the CW.
Yeah, and I know that
this
you were
coming
with the
Christmas time.
he was a former Superman on
Oh,
ABC.
Dean Cain.
Dean
Dean
Cain.
Cain.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you guys were surrounded by really, really like famous people.
Well,
Yeah.
Dean hosts the show.
Oh, he
and you know
does,
what?
okay.
The thing is, he's been hosting the show for 4 years now, and we had not met Dean yet.
Yeah.
And
I
we
had
were,
a huge crush on him.
Did
when he
is
was
that right?
Superman, yes.
Well, he's Superman. So we were. I think we were getting some food at the craft counter, and we saw Dean. We're like, okay, look, we've got to say hi because he said our name on television, so introducing us so many
Right.
times. So we just go up and say, Dean, okay, this is ridiculous. Hello, I'm Roger. This is Jarrett from Jarrett and Roger. You said our name enough times, and it was great. He was so nice,
Yeah.
and we had a good time together.
That's-
But we love doing Masters of Illusion, you know,
Yeah.
and it's a great show, and it's a you know, it is the world's greatest magicians.
E-
you know, on that
Exactly,
show.
and I know a lot of people watch it. A lot of people,
Yeah.
I mean, every time I say they've been in Masters of Illusion, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watched
Yeah,
that."
it's-
So, you guys, there is something really exciting that's about to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
are going to be the main attraction at Hooters. It's out in the back. I mean, it's out in the
out in the
open,
back.
right?
Yeah,
Hooters
yeah.
Casino in Las
Okay.
Vegas.
So let's talk about that.
Yes.
How did that all came about?
You know, it really kind of started from Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, the exposure we got from Shark Tank was really tremendous, and more so, I think, than America's Got Talent.
Right.
And that exposure led to being in One Epic Night, which then
Which was at the Plaza.
which was at the Plaza Hotel downtown,
With amazing talent.
with
Yes.
amazing
All
talent.
amazing,
You know, the
yeah.
people
Amazing
from The
people,
Voice,
yeah.
Megan Ruger, Will Champlin, and then that led to talks with Hooters, and here we are signing with Hooters and their headliners. It's a good fit because the guys are really they're good guys. They're it's not a big corporate entity. It's just
But
these
it's
two
it's
guys.
a national brand.
But it's a
so
national
it
brand.
is huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I know that they are so proud to have you
Yeah.
at Hooters.
And likewise, because it is a locals, considered a locals casino, which I like very much
Yes.
because we love Las Vegas. We love the people here, and for us, it's a great place to go in as a resident show.
Yeah.
They're building out a space. They're calling it the Jarrett and Roger Theater, which is
specifically
so
for
cool.
you guys.
Which is
Yes,
great,
that is
yeah.
amazing.
And
yes.
it's upstairs. It's where the old Purple Rain
Used to
show
be.
used to be and all. Wonderful, space and all that's being
built out.
Correct.
Searching for words.
Thank you. I
Yes.
know. I was like,
That's why he asked you.
Exactly.
What a great
I'll
company.
But
complete
but
sentence.
the other thing is that Hooters is doing all of these changes. I mean, they had a $20 million renovation on the entire property.
Yeah.
New rooms. They have a brand new restaurant that's about to open
And
there.
you
It's
have-
very secret.
Yes.
We don't know what that is.
And Robin
And-
Leach is
and right.
crazy promoting
Oh,
your
Robin Leach has
show.
been amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I mean, with him behind you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's-
And don't forget to mention the pool.
And
There's a new
I know,
pool
there's a new
upstairs.
Yes.
pool that's going to be great, and
Yes.
of course, and there's other wonderful entertainment.
Yeah.
Rock Fantasy, which just opened there.
Exactly.
Legends of amazing rock impersonators. It's a great show.
Yeah,
and so all of this is new to Hooters, and it's a new sort of thing happening.
Yeah,
there.
and they're excited about it, and I think it's really good for the property and good for Las Vegas. I kind of see Hooters not just as a locals property, but kind of a hybrid of both.
It is. I
know?
mean, it's known internationally.
Exactly.
You mentioned Hooters. I
Right.
mean, everybody knows Hooters,
Right,
right?
exactly.
But what makes your show different from any other magic show?
Well, that's a loaded question, which we're pleased to answer.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's us with the magic and the piano. There's no other act in the world that sort of combines the two together, which has taken us many years to find that recipe.
that recipe, right.
And that's, of course, there's that. The musical element, which is very, very strong in the act. And with our show, we have our music director, Will Champlin, who is a Grammy-winning
And he's a
guy.
Grammy-winning, yes,
He
and
won
he's
He won
amazing.
2
Yes,
Grammys, for his
yes.
work with Heather Headley. And he writes for One Direction as well. I mean,
Right.
Will's amazing. But he will be our music director, and he'll be operating all the stuff off stage. Well, actually on stage, all the sound effects, and he and I will be playing together. I'll be on the piano, he'll be on keyboards. And then there's Megan Ruger, who's also from The Voice.
Yes.
NBC's The Voice.
And it was very important that we wanted to bring in, a singer as well in the show because it is a very musical show at
Right.
the same time with the magic. And that right away, being that it's live, is very different in itself on that end. But the biggest thing
Is the
Yes,
dinner show.
I heard
that
it's
is
like,
no other magic show in Las Vegas.
I heard
has
it's one
a
of the best
dinner
restaurants.
attached.
Yeah.
And it's Hooters. It's going to be great. It's going to be Hooters wings and shrimp,
shrimp,
pasta.
yeah.
You know, you come, you know, before the show starts, you're going to be eating, and then the show's going to start. I mean, it's going to be great. And
that's fantastic.
Because Rowena, the dilemma always is with people is, okay, do we see the show after dinner or before the dinner? You know, tourists and visitors don't know what to do, how to coordinate their time. But this way they can go to the dinner and the show at once.
Right.
And it's a fun menu. And you can bring that family. It's definitely a family show. And Hooters is really opening up their doors. They want families to come in.
Exactly.
You know, they want women to come in, you know, not just guys. And we're opening that up. We want families to come in and have a
they're
good time.
actually changing the entire image of Hooters.
Totally,
It's
yeah.
a total renovation
Yeah.
of
Absolutely,
everything.
yeah.
So
Right.
there's magic. Are you gonna do
So-
something for us right
Well, there's
now?
magic in the show, and there's
Yes.
magic in the air.
Yes.
There's all kinds
You
of
two
stuff
are
and
magic.
everything.
Yes.
Everyone's magic, you
Yes.
know. So, but I did bring something along that I wanted to show you. This
You
is
did?
Fantastic.
I did. It's
Fancy
kinda-
that.
It's
Really?
really
Yes.
That's
cool.
unusual.
So it's actually. No, thank you for that.
You're not gonna make
where's-
Raja disappear, are you? Or
Where's
me?
the music? Music
Well,
guy.
if I had a piano,
You know,
can you make one appear, Jarrett?
Yeah, right.
Thank you. I need a grand piano.
Anyhow.
Oh, we can't do
Okay, do you have
that.
a sock? Okay.
Yes.
What I brought you, not you,
Okay.
is a little keychain.
Is there money in there?
It's
Okay.
a keychain. No, it's like a
money.
purse thing, but there's a
thought the check was
keychain
enough.
with a little keychain, you know, a little chain at the bottom
Yes,
there. Okay. And so this like just a keychain purse, and I want you to look at that. Make sure there's nothing else in there except that chain.
There's
Isn't that
nothing
correct?
else.
Great. Good. Now hold on to that,
Okay.
Rowena. But in exchange, could I borrow one of your rings?
Sure.
Oh, that was easy.
Wow.
What a great exchange. You
That's
know,
a
it's
diamond.
like
Don't mess
it is
this
a
up.
Yes.
diamond.
That's a diamond.
Wow.
That costs a lot of money.
That must have a lot of meaning.
Yes, it
From
does.
Africa.
Okay.
from
It's
Africa.
a big rock.
Yes.
It's not. It's not black. It's
I
black
did.
diamond.
It's
All right.
a,
Anyway, oh my God.
talking
Just
about?
hum.
it's a
something.
very special diamond ring.
Yes. Okay.
Be careful.
What I'm going to do with this special
Don't screw it
diamond
up.
ring is I'm going to make it vanish.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So to do that, I'm going to put it behind my back. Ooh. Now that wouldn't be too impressive if
No,
I did
it's-
that,
that's
correct?
talented. Yes,
I
'cause
mean,
you
that's,
could have put that in your
because I could
pocket.
put it in my pocket. I could
Exactly.
do whatever. But I'm not going to do that. I could do it, but I'm not. All right.
Okay.
Instead, I am going to make it vanish straight in front of your eyes. Okay, and everybody
Wow.
else. Okay. Oh, now you're quiet.
Wow.
I'm watching.
Okay.
Don't screw it up.
Watch. Here we go. A little bit of music. Hum.
Don't screw
I'm
it
going
up.
to take the ring and just place it deep into my fist. Okay? Now watch this, Rowena. And look.
Wow.
Now very slowly, let me have that.
Wow.
Let me have that. Okay, see, huh? Let me have this
Oh,
here. Now
you're
listen.
kidding.
You hear that?
Yes.
Okay, here.
Yes.
There's something in there,
There's
right?
something in
Yeah,
there.
right,
Yes.
right. Well, check this out.
That is unbelievable.
On the chain. On the chain.
Oh my
Is
That
your
is
God.
off the chain.
Oh my God. How did you do that?
So
Oh
let me get it
my
off of
God.
this so I can give it back to you. And there it is.
Oh
That's your
my
ring.
God.
So that was just something
was-
kind of fun. But you know, the greatest thing about this, the Hooters show that we are doing is a great date night. And this is sort of like something that we would be doing for a date night, whether it's a wedding or a celebration or anniversary or birthday or whatever. So come on down
This
and
is
celebrate.
amazing.
A
That
little
is-
plug there. And
That
stuff
is
and
so
all, you
amazing.
know?
I mean, these are the things that you will see at their show. So make sure
Yes.
that you follow them on Twitter
And-
Facebook.
And go to Hooters
And go to
website
Hooker-
and you'll
Hooters.
check out where you can buy tickets for the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, exactly.
You're going to believe
You know?
what I just said because
What did you just say?
What did you say?
something else.
Go to the website at MGM.
Go to the website and check us out at Hooters.
And if they want to buy tickets,
Yeah.
where would they
They
go?
can buy tickets on the Hooters website. Just go to the Hooters website. You'll see Jarrett and Roger show, and we have 3 tiers of tickets. They can buy general admission, VIP, or platinum VIP.
I'm always a VIP in your
Yeah,
Yes.
well, of course you are.
Of course.
Yes. So, oh
Awesome.
my gosh, you guys, I love you. I am so happy for you, and I hope
Thanks,
for the
Rowena.
very
Thanks,
best,
Rowena.
for the very best for many, many years.
Thanks.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for being
Rowena.
here.
Thanks,
It's been
Rowena.
such a lot of fun.
I
and
know,
I
as
love
always.
you. I know.
Did we talk too much?
You did.
No.
No.
But
You did.
You talk more than me, actually, today, which is really unusual. I usually talk more.
I love you. Thank you for being here. My next guest serves as the City of Henderson Municipal Court Judge. In 2011, he initiated the Veterans Treatment Court Program in Henderson, and here to talk about it is Judge Mark Stevens. Welcome to my show.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much for being here. I know you had to reschedule all your appointments, but I'm
It's
so
all good.
happy that you're here today. So let's talk about the Veterans Treatment Court. How did that come about?
Well, I guess the very first one started back in 2008, back in Buffalo, New York. Judge Russell, a friend of mine, started it back there. And like you indicated, we started in 2011. It was just an attorney who approached me and said, I think we should start a Veterans Treatment Court. He was a Vietnam veteran himself. I'm a veteran as well.
I was going to ask you what was the connection with you and the veterans?
And
Yeah.
so he approached me and said, I think we should start this. I'll volunteer to be the defense attorney. And a couple days later, we had our first two people, and we were rolling with the program.
I mean, you've done so many good things in the city of Henderson. You were in the military at one point, right?
I was a Marine Corps.
What, you were in the
I was a
Marines?
Marine, and I was a JAG officer, a lawyer.
You were also a cop at one point.
Yeah, I was a police officer as well in Henderson. I was an attorney during the day and a police officer at night for a while, and then I was a prosecutor, and then got elected as judge. And by far the most rewarding thing I've ever done is a Veterans Treatment Court.
Yeah. So what are the key components of the Veterans Court?
Well, there's probably the most important aspect of our Veterans Treatment Court are the mentors. These are veterans who volunteer to mentor veterans going through the program. They're critical because they're an individual that they can confide in. It's a friend, somebody.
Someone they can feel comfortable with.
And the mentors, especially the ones that have been around a while, know what to expect from me, and it makes it all work. Keeps them on track. It's someone that calls them, gives them a reminder. Remember, today you have this. Even just sits down with them and fills out their day planner, because it's a very demanding program.
Yeah. So what is typically the issue that the veterans face in this program?
Typically, they've come back from combat or from their service, and they may have PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder, or traumatic brain injuries because of the improvised explosive devices. Also, they come back with other mental health issues, but also, of course, the drugs and alcohol addictions and issues. And so those are, and then a number of them are homeless, unemployed, underemployed, those kind of issues as well that we're dealing with in the program to try to get them back on track.
I know that PTSD is a big problem with veterans. My brother suffered from PTSD until his passing 2 years ago. So I'm very passionate about it, and I applaud you for what you're doing with the Veterans Court. Now, what goals do you hope to achieve with the Veterans Treatment Court?
Of course, overall public safety, by getting these folks back on track, it helps with public safety and reduce recidivism. But ultimately, just that make them good citizens and proud veterans, proud that they've served their country, and we're all proud of them because they've gotten their life back on track when they graduate through the program. But it is, like I said, very demanding. I mean, it's frequently up to 2 years. minimum of a year, but frequently up to 2 years with a variety of things they have to accomplish. I mean, we get each of them individually assessed to determine what issues we need to work on. So they might have 4, 5, 7, 8 counseling sessions a week, depending on what different kinds of counseling, maybe for PTSD as well as for addictions, but also required to do community service through the program. They're also required to abstain from alcohol and drugs while they're in the program, and have frequent random testing as well. And so it is very demanding, and frequent status checks. That means they have to come to court frequently, check in with me, and we discuss what's going on in their life and maybe make it changes to their treatment program to see them succeed. Maybe lessening things, or maybe increasing or adding a few things to make them successful in the program.
I think what you do is so wonderful, and I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for everything you do in the community, and more power to this program. I am totally for it. It's
Thank
great.
you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to come and talk about it.
Thank you so much for being here.
So.
He is voted top 100 trial lawyer by National Trial Lawyers Association. He is also in the who's who of lawyers and has been given an AV rating by Martindale-Hubbell, which involved Mr. Horton's peers giving him the highest legal and ethical abilities. I'd like to give him a warm welcome.
Thank you for having
Mr. Dallas
me.
Horton,
I'm
thank
so
you so much
excited.
for being here.
I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate you inviting me as a guest.
Thank you. You look amazing.
And right back at you. You look stunningly beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're
This
very
color is perfect on you.
Well, thank you. I went to TCU, and I do love the color purple because I'm a horned frog.
Perfect. So I've always wanted to ask you this. Where does the name Dallas come from? Because you're from Texas, is that?
Well, my dad was in the Navy. My mom's Italian. I was born in Naples, Italy. So my dad was a gigantic Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh,
So,
no wonder. Okay.
and given that he was a Texan, he had to have the name Dallas or something related to Texas in my name, and it was Dallas.
Oh, perfect. And your voice sounds so soothing. You should be in the radio industry.
Thank you so much. I've always heard I had a face for radio.
Yeah, it's very, very soothing. So
Thank
what
you.
made you get into the law profession?
You know, when I was a little boy, my father was a doctor, and it's a true story. I came home one day and he was crying, and he was worried about being sued. And I promised myself that, you know, if my dad to me was the most important guy in the world, if I could do something to protect and help people that had that feeling, I would. And I spent almost a decade defending doctors. So most people don't know I owned a personal injury firm. I also owned Horton & Horton. I was lead insurance defense counsel for Nevada Docs. Now I just do personal injury work. I really do like to pick my cases, make sure I love what I'm doing all the time. But the truth is I became a lawyer because I saw the effect and the power the law had on others.
Others, especially those who cannot afford. So so tell us about what you do when you get into an accident. What is the first thing you do? Because there's a lot of misconception out there.
If you know you are not at fault, the best advice I can give to anybody is call the police. About 50% of the time when we sign people up and someone says at the scene of the accident it's their fault, by the time you give them a moment, they realize their insurance rates are going to go up and this is going to cost them money. They're all of a sudden telling their insurance company, oh, it wasn't their fault. And that complicates the situation because it involves a swearing match. If we call the police, they will investigate the scene. They will look at the property damage on the road and they'll assess liability and, well, not liability, but fault. That will help you tremendously up the road.
What is the biggest mistake that victims of car accident make?
It's truly human nature. All of us have had a soreness playing sports. And so we hope, because we're good people, we don't want to sue anyone. We hope the pain will go away. So we wait a couple of weeks, and when we just can't bear the pain anymore, we go to a doctor. The insurance industry will use that against them and argue they were not hurt. Had they been hurt, they immediately would have gone to a physician. The next biggest mistake is to fail to notify the police.
Right.
So when you know you're hurt, go to your doctor and notify him. and let him do an exam and tell you what he thinks. If it goes away, great. If it doesn't go away, you protected your future.
So what does, I mean, I know you're all over the place. Everybody loves you. I mean, everybody that I talk to, they go, oh my God, he's the nicest guy.
Thank you.
What sets your practice apart from any other law practice here in town?
You know, I believe that what separates us from the rest is we genuinely care. We talk to our clients. And most importantly, I mean, I think my parents made me, and I have to give them the credit, the kind of person that cares about my name, and I take great integrity and honor in my work.
That's the most important thing.
So I don't want to do anything to hurt my name because that would hurt my mom and dad and my daughter. So what's most important to me is I do a good job for my clients so my parents and child are proud of me. So that's truly my guiding light. I don't want to ever disappoint them.
That's amazing. It's such a wonderful thing that you do with the community.
Something I do want to say is often people don't have health insurance and they don't know what to do after an accident. The most important person you're going to contact after an accident is a lawyer, whether it's my firm or another. If you don't have health insurance, they're going to get you to a physician that'll take it on a lien against the case. Also, he's going to notify your insurance company and the other insurance company and not let you speak to anybody without him being present. This level of protection is enormous. People frequently trust, someone hits me, and they only have a 1530 in coverage.
Right.
Well, my own insurance company wants to talk to me for two reasons. One, they don't want to pay the person who hit me. They want to establish they don't have to. It's not your fault. Two, when they don't have enough insurance, it's that insurance company that pays you. And
Well,
you don't know it.
if I was watching the show, is there a website that I can go to, or
Yeah, we have
a phone number that we can-
we're on Facebook, and we of course are on Google. I have a website.
and you
go
just
to
started your
gallisorton.com.
Facebook,
Well, my Facebook for my firm
your personal,
has
yeah.
been there for a very long time. I started a personal Facebook about 2 weeks ago. I've always been anti-social media. And I'll be honest, my little girl's in school in Texas, and she said, Daddy, I want to be able to follow you, and I want you to be able to follow my
That's so
life. And
sweet.
I've always sworn off social media. And when
Now you're
she-
enjoying it and
when
loving
she
it.
said that, I flew her in, and we created my site together.
Wonderful.
And now we talk on Facebook, and I follow her on Facebook and Instagram, and I feel like I was in the dark ages, and I missed out on so much of her life because she's been down there for a year, and now I get to see her whole life, and I love it.
Yes.
And I get to see my friends' lives, and I love it. And I was probably in the dark ages a little bit too long.
And that's the magic of Facebook. I am so glad that you came today. I know you're very busy and you have to go back and you have to be somewhere.
You are too kind. I'm so honored you had me as a guest.
And I'm honored to have you here. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Amazing. Thank you for watching another great episode of FYI with Rowena. I'd like to thank all my guests for being on my show today. Until next time, see you on FYI with Rowena.